Me and Super Clean have joined up to do a giveaway to keep your vehicles shiny, just like this Mercedes-Benz C300 here. But in order to enter that giveaway, you guys have to guess two things. How long have I been doing car reviews here on YouTube? And what was the channel's first name before I changed it over to Drive On Reviews? If you guys can guess that, with this video being posted in 24 hours, whoever's the first person, they will technically be declared the winner. And the only rules in this contest is you guys have to live in the United States in order to get the Super Clean products. But let's get right into the review. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you guys this 2021 Mercedes-Benz C300 equipped with the 4Matic all-wheel drive system. But I would like to give a special thanks to Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay for providing with the C300. If you're in the market for Mercedes-Benz, you can come check out Mercedes-Benz of Cutler Bay and ask for Lewis. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's start this review off here talking about the exterior paint. Mercedes-Benz calls this a brilliant blue metallic here. It looks really good with the chrome accents. And this is my first time ever reviewing a C300, and I think this car looks very good. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be an LED headlight with an automatic low and high beam, with an LED turn signal, with an LED daytime running light. Like I mentioned, this vehicle does have some chrome accents here. I do like the large three-puncture Mercedes emblem. Also this bar that splits between the grille. Also these little dots here in the grille, which looks really nice with this blue paint. There's also some chrome here at the lower part of the fascia. And there's also this three-puncture Mercedes emblem here on top of the hood, which looks really nice. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the C300. Taking a look here at the C300, let's start off with the tires and wheels here. These are a 225/40 Continental tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. You do get two 45/40s in the rear to give this thing more gripping power on the road. I like the 5-spoke finish here with the silver trim with a dark gray inserts here. There's some chrome here on the side window wells. This is LED side marker here on the mirror cap. And there's some more chrome here on the door handles. And Mercedes does offer this large panoramic sunroof here on the C300. The wheelbase here for the C300 is at 111.8 inches with an overall length of 184.5. But let's take a look at the rear of the C300. Taking a look at the rear here of the C300, let's start out with these taillights here. They're going to be a full LED design with an LED turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. There's the C300 badge here. I like this integrated rear spoiler. There's also the three-pointed Mercedes emblem here with this 4Matic badge. I also like this chrome bar here that cuts through the trunk lid here. There's this standard backup camera with LED lights for the tag. Looking at the lower part of the bumper here, it's going to be dual tip exhaust with some chrome trim. I also like the rear diffuser back here. But open up the cargo back here. This is a power opening trunk. Once it opens up, it reveals 12.6 cubic feet of space. So you can also fold the seats down to do a split. And underneath the load floor here, Mercedes does offer some underfloor storage. Sitting in the interior of this C300, looking at this interior here, this interior does look very nice. But if you guys notice, these two screens are not connected to each other, but this is a 12.3 digital display here. As you can see, very clean and very crisp resolution there. And this is a 10.25 inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay, but this is not the new Mercedes-Benz interface. It doesn't have that Hey Mercedes function, but we'll talk about that once I start up the vehicle here. But reaching over here and shutting the door and starting up the C300, that 2-liter 4-cylinder will come to life. Looking at the materials here on the door panel, is gonna be a nice soft touch material. There's this fake wood trim here. I think it's real, but I'm gonna just say that it's fake. This also has this metal speaker cover here for the Burmester sound system, which sounds pretty good. You can also power fold the mirrors in via this button here. Your mirror and lock controls are here. It is automatic up, automatic down for all 4 windows. Your lock controls are here. There's this aluminum accented door handle there. There's 3-person memory seats here. Nice area here, rest your elbows, nice and padded. Additional storage down here in cup holder space. Your trunk release, your headlight control. There's electronic parking brake. This is a power tilt and telescoping. It does have a heated steering wheel function there, as you guys can see. This is equipped with paddle shifters to cycle through the 9-speed automatic. The turn signal and one wiper stock is there. Your drive select stock is here. Put your foot on the brake and swipe up for reverse. It does reveal a backup camera. There's no top-down 360 view there. Clicking the stock down to go into drive, and you press this little tab here to go into park. Like I mentioned, it is push button start. There's these 3 air vents here. There's more of that wood trim. There's physical hard buttons here for the climate control. There's this clock here. I'm surprised to see that on a 2021 model. There's some shortcut buttons for the navigation, radio, media, telephone, and your hazard button there. There's a wireless phone charger down here. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit. This does not have the wireless function. You have to go for an S-Class if you're looking to get that feature, which that car costs nearly 6 figures. There's a standard USB port there. My bottled water fits here just fine. This is the key fob here for the C300. This is a traditional Mercedes key with a lock, unlock, a panic button, and a trunk release. The key does feel nice and sturdy in my hands. This right here controls this 10.25-inch display because, like I mentioned, this does have the older Mercedes-Benz interface, so you cannot physically touch the screen. And you cannot say, "Hey Mercedes," because this car does not come with that equipped. You have to use this rotary knob here. Since I've been with this car, I'm kind of getting the hang of it a little bit, but it's kind of difficult because I'm not used to using rotary knobs or track pads. I'm just used to physically touching the screen. If you guys want to use this, you can use the touch sensitive buttons here on the steering wheel control. Over here is for the driver's assistance. Like I mentioned, this does come equipped with paddle shifters. Nice high quality leather here with some stitching. I do like the 3-spoke wheel design here. This also has the Mercedes emblem here on the airbag cover, which looks really nice. Your voice command controls are there. The option to answer and hang up the phone is there. Over here in the center stack is for the drive mode selector here, which shows you a Sport Plus, Individual, and down here at the bottom shows you Comfort and Eco. Open up this double hinge center console here. It does reveal a shallow amount of storage. There's an SD card in there, also with 2 USB ports. It's gonna be nice and padded here. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like the way that they look and feel. It does have some white stitching here. There's some aluminum painted trim here on the actual dashboard. The dashboard is gonna be a soft touch ejection molded plastic, and here on the glove box lid as well. It does have a decent sized glove box, and the passenger also gets 3 level heated seats, so does the driver. And above me there is this large panoramic sunroof here to let light into this cabin, and there is LED lights throughout the cabin. And there's also this frameless mirror here, and this is how you open and close the shade here on this panoramic sunroof. But overall, the C300 does have a nice interior, but I'm just really surprised that Mercedes didn't put the newer screens in here because it looks very out of place with the 2 separate screens. Getting into the back seat here of the Mercedes-Benz C300, shutting the door here. The material is going to be a nice soft touch material. There's this fake wood trim here on the door panel with the metal speaker cover there. There's 2 map pockets back here for storage. There's your own set of rear air vents here. You can open and close them if you would like. Pulling this flap down here, it does reveal 2 USB ports with a 12 volt. And good luck trying to sit a middle passenger here because this hump does intrude into the middle passenger space. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal some storage in the inside and these 2 over-engineered cup holders, which I think is a nice gimmick from Mercedes. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here to let light into this cabin. And the legroom back here, Mercedes says you get 35.2 inches of legroom, but the C300 does have a nice spacious back seat. Taking a look underneath the hood here of the C300, this has Mercedes-Benz 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This powertrain makes 255 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. As the C300 sits here, since this is all-wheel drive, which is a $2,000 charge, it weighs around 4,012 pounds. You can pick between rear-wheel drive, which comes standard. If you want the all-wheel drive system here, like the C300, it's going to cost you $2,000 extra. Fuel economy here is rated at 23 in the city, 33 on the highway, and 27 combined. 0 to 60, Mercedes says, in 5.4 seconds, which is really good 0 to 60 timing here from the C300. So starting off in the 2021 Mercedes-Benz C300, this does have Mercedes-Benz 4Matic all-wheel drive. This does have that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder underneath the hood, which makes 255 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission, which is really fast to shift. We're going to talk about that once I put the vehicle into a Sport Plus mode here. But the ride quality so far is really good, of course. I wouldn't expect anything less from Mercedes-Benz. The interior here looks very different in a sense because it doesn't have the 2 screens together, but Mercedes is going to be offering a redesign of the C300 or the C-Class in general. But this gauge cluster here is a 12.3-inch display, which looks really clean and very crisp, and this is a 10.25-inch display, but it doesn't have the "Hey Mercedes," it doesn't have that function because it's the older Mercedes-Benz interface here. We have to use this rotary knob here because it's not a touchscreen, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of that because I like to touch the screen. But you can use these touch sensitive controls here on the actual steering wheel just in case you don't want to, well, you can't touch the screen. Just in case you don't want to use this rotary knob here. But just driving the C300, this powertrain, it does get up to speed really quick. Like I mentioned, this does have that 4Matic all-wheel drive system, which Mercedes does charge you $2,000 extra to get it. If you guys don't want that, Mercedes will sell you a C300 or C-Class with rear-wheel drive, which is standard. But if you guys stay in a cold weather state, I would recommend getting the all-wheel drive system. Visibility out of the C300 here is really good. The seats in here, they're comfortable, they're supportive, and standard for 2021 is these 3-level heated seats. If you guys want to get cool seats, you have to option that package in. The steering feel is very playful in this car. You can feel what the front tires are doing. Fuel economy from this 2-liter here is rated at 23 in the city, 33 on the highway, and 27 combined. So it's pretty decent fuel economy from this 2-liter 4-cylinder. If you're looking for more power, Mercedes will sell you a C-Class AMG C43 or C63 compared to this 2-liter 4-cylinder here. Like I mentioned, this is going to be adequate power for most people. They know that they're not going to basically need all that power. So that's why I said this powertrain is going to be adequate power for most people. But let's put the C300 here into its Sport Plus mode and see what this 2-liter is all about. There's this little switch here. You want to switch up here and put it into Sport Plus mode. I'm going to floor it. Ooh. And the shifts are just very beautiful. I wouldn't expect anything from this transmission. It's a 9-speed auto, like I mentioned. And you feel the power delivery. The torque is very low, all 273 pound-feet of torque, which is really good. And the car just gets up to speed really quickly, not even going all the way to the floor with the throttle. Using the shifters here, the paddle shifters here. That's second gear. And the car just pulls, and the powertrain is very peppy as well. And it's very adequate power. Like I mentioned, you know, you can get out of a sticky situation just in case you wanted to pass someone on the highway, or someone that's just going slow in general, you just want to get around them. This car will definitely help you with that, with the power delivery. But the steering does get a little more heavy once you put it in the Sport Plus mode here. But I have no complaints. The powertrain is a little raspy. Of course, the 4-cylinder is not going to sound the best, but the C300 is very elegant. I like the exterior styling. The cabin here is kind of different because it doesn't have that two large displays here like I'm normally used to when I review the Mercedes cars, but it looks very different because it has this two separate screen layout here. But like I mentioned, Mercedes is redesigning the C-Class for the next model year. Starting price here for the C300 4Matic is at $43,600 with the options and accessories, including destination. The C300 stickers for $51,545. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.